So, after that big old video I did about my Marvel Toy Biz figures, by the way, those of you who sat through that whole thing, you're a true fan. The rest of you, you need to try a little harder. Anyway, I did that big video where I took a look at all my old Toy Biz Marvel figures, and I got a call from DC, and they were like, "How come we don't get a video where you talk about our figures? You need to give us the free amount of time that you gave to Marvel. You're just being biased. We need to have our time too. We're important. People still like us. We're gonna make more movies, and they're gonna be great. So you gotta give us some time on your videos." And I was like, okay. Anyway, yeah, I figured, since I did a big video about my Marvel figures, do a video of my DC figures. That seems fair enough. Yeah, these are from the 80s and 90s. They're made by Kenner, which was Toy Biz's evil competitor, or at least I assume so. Yeah, so, as you can see, these are in a clear bin, so there's not going to be much mystery to this, although my camera will probably be holding up a little bit better. Yeah, so let's take a look at these. It's like opening the Ark of the Covenant. Ah! And now your faces have melted. Alright, so there's a whole bunch of Batmans in here. Why don't we get out of the way the ones I got in the Your Toy Box video. This was the first one I got. I actually don't really know what this guy's deal is. Obviously, he had some kind of accessory on him, because he's got these things, and he's got these things, which when you touch them, they make these things go up a little bit, or something happens. Something is missing from here. But I assume this is from, let's see here, 1995. Yeah, this is, I guess for the Batman and Robin movie. Yeah, everyone's favorite. You can probably tell by some of the markings on him. No bat nipples, thankfully. Yeah, I don't really know much about this one. Figure itself is alright, but I gotta look up and see if he's missing. Well, he is clearly missing accessories. I just don't know what they are. And then here's the second Batman I got, and I found out later this is, yes, from The Batman, show that I never really watched because I wasn't too interested in. The character designs kind of weren't my thing. I didn't really like a lot of them, but figure's good though. He's got his bat hook that he can let go of, or he can go up there. There we go. He's doing it now. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but yeah, pretty good figure. I like how it's molded to his hand. This is actually part of the figure, which means that unless some jerk comes along and cuts this, he will never lose his accessory. So that's cool. I like it when I don't lose accessories for action figures, but we'll soon find out that I have many times before. Alright, so like I said, there's a lot of Batmans in here. Let's look at some of the Jokers. This is the Joker from the first Tim Burton movie, actually, I believe. And he had an accessory where he put a little squeeze thing on his back, and he squirts water out of his little flower there. And it's supposed to be acid, but it's water because it's a kid's toy. This one, the head's a little weird, but the feature was pretty cool, I guess. Doesn't look anything like Jack Nicholson. Now, if you want Jack Nicholson, there's Jack Nicholson. This is actually a remold of another figure we'll look at in a second. And the feature on this was that you put water on his face, and it turns beige, turns like his normal skin color. Because there was that scene in the movie where he got splashed with water, and he was in disguise as like a regular person, but then the water touched him and his makeup ran, and he was revealed to be the Joker, even though we knew he was the Joker. Yeah, pretty cool figure. I don't know if these like water, changeable like water features hold up or anything. I've never really tried it, but at the time it was alright. And again, they reused a mold from one of the older figures we're going to look at in a second. Here's the Penguin. Again, they reused a mold from the earlier figures, and he's got his umbrella, which had like a launcher, but unfortunately I don't have it anymore. And yes, this is supposed to be tied in with the second Tim Burton movie, Batman Returns. Again, not that is not Danny DeVito. This is the Silver Age Penguin. They just decided to reuse the mold for it, and they gave him a different color scheme to match up with the Tim Burton movie. As you can see, he's a little scuffed up, but that's all right. All right, so let's. Oh wait, there's one more villain we got to look at. Catwoman. This is also from Batman Returns. This is Michelle Pfeiffer. Really cool figure. I remember this one not standing up as well. You see, she's got kind of weird bends, and her legs are all off. She had a whip, which, of course, I don't have anymore. It's unfortunately gone to the realm of lost action figure accessories, and until I can build that machine that'll penetrate our fabric of reality and I can go there, sadly, she's going to go whipless for a bit. Alright, so here's some Batman. I have lots of Batman, and these are all from the 90s. This is like after the movies became popular. I'm not really sure what this one is. It just looks like the more modern Batman with just like the Silver Age colors, just a little bit darker. I'm assuming this also went with something, but I'm not really sure what. Same thing with this. Clearly, I think this was like Stealth Batman or something like that. Again, I don't have any. I'm actually amazed I still have the capes for these. This one, clearly, I'm assuming this was for Batman and Robin because of this was like Arctic something Batman. You know, in the 90s, they kind of went wild with the Batman figures. In fact, I remember the show Batman the show Batman Brave and the Bold actually made fun of this in their series finale, which I thought was really cool. Super Sleek Talking Neon Bat Luge or something like that, which, by the way, was a real toy. In case anyone didn't know about that. Yes, that was actually a real thing. I love Batman Brave and the Bold, but yeah, not really much to say about him. It's just a white Batman with a thing that goes over him so he can go fight Mr. Freeze. And his cape came off. No, put the cape on. There, now you're Batman again. There you go. Here's one of my favorites, though. It's Gold Batman. The deal with this one was it's supposed to be like heavy duty, impenetrable armor. It's like I distinctly remember the commercial for this. It's like he's fighting the Joker, and the Joker threw a vat of chemicals on him, and then he doesn't affect him because he's got the gold armor, which gold is not good for armor, I don't think. I just love the fact that it's a gold Batman. It's like so it kind of reminds me of Bender from that episode of Futurama where they go to the alternate universe, and that universe's Bender is made of gold. Bite my glorious golden ass. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, they went a little wild with the Batmans in the 90s, but enough about that. Well, enough about that for now. We will talk about the 80s figures of the DC characters. Now, there are two series that are in here. Actually, let's look at the Joker here. Yes, again, this is the same mold, or most of the same design, basically, for the Jack Nicholson Joker we just saw. But this is from, I think this is from the first series of the DC figures. They were called DC Superpowers or something. There was two lines. There was DC Superpowers and then DC Comics Superheroes, which was the later line. I think that was like 89 or 90. By the way, I apologize to anyone who's infuriated when someone calls it DC Comics, because the C stands for comics. It's Detective Comics, but that's what they were called, okay? Not my fault. But anyway, yeah, here's Joker, good old Silver Age looking Joker, and he has a hammer, which has well, it's not, you can't swing it like he used to, sadly. But what was cool is the hammer is actually a face, and he can actually wear it on his head. I don't remember this being in any of the comics, but it's just a funny little thing you can do. And of course, there's Penguin again. Remember, same one, just more Silver Agey with the Silver Age colors. He had a thing, but now it looks like he's just jacking off. You see? Alright, yeah, I don't have his umbrella anymore. Here we go, here's Superman. This is from the first line, I believe. Now, look-wise, these figures are pretty cool, but unfortunately, they didn't really do a whole lot. Most of them just did, like, this. Like, you squeeze their legs and they'd punch or something. And that's about it. See, case in point, here's Firestorm. Again, squeezes legs, does something. Very nice looking figure, though. The look of these figures is cool. They look good, but they're not, I don't think, as interesting as the Marvel figures. So here's some of them did a little different things, like Red Tornado. Here he spun. Oh, his legs spin. Okay, so you wind up his legs and his legs spin. That's about it. I don't have his cape anymore, sadly. Let's see, Green Arrow. Oh no, he fell. I always drop something in every video. There's Green Arrow. See, with him, both his hands go up at once, and they're kind of in a motion like he's gonna shoot an arrow, which I guess makes sense. Unfortunately, I don't have his bow anymore. Here's Green Lantern. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he only uses one hand because he uses his ring. There you go. Wonder Woman. Here's Wonder Woman. And her hands go up like this, I assume, to block with her bracers. Or maybe she's tossing her lasso or something like that. Here's, sadly, I don't... Hawkman, but unfortunately he's missing a wing, so sadly he's been clipped. Although his feature was pretty cool, because you squeeze his legs and he flaps his wings, but hopefully I can find a replacement for him on eBay, or just a wing at least. Dr. Fate, yeah, really, really good looking figures, but again, the action features were a little something to be desired. Here's Batman, Silver Age Batman. Let's see, put that... Oh no, his cape. See, that's the thing. Again, the capes get lost all the time because they were just these little things that you'd put on their neck. That's why I'm missing Red Tornado and Superman's cape, but he doesn't really do a whole lot. We also have Robin, who... the hell's he doing? I guess that's supposed to be like a karate chop. And yeah, there we go. That looks more like it. You know, I was actually hoping he did the same thing as Batman, then we can recreate the opening to the Adam West show. Batman. Nope. There is no fun to be had here. Here's Martian Manhunter, who surprisingly has his thing. And again, just looks like he's doing the Charleston. Da, 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 da. Alright, let's see who else we have from the original line. Well, might as well go through the bad guys. There's good old Darkseid, who is also missing his cape, sadly. I found that out. Now, of course, he does this. Very, very big figure, so there's like a little bit of weight to his movements there. What's cool about him is, notice his eyes. There's a little spot up here that will actually take in light, and you can put your finger, and then it's like he's shooting his eye lasers. Now, I don't know if I can show it in the camera, but let's see if we can get in real close. Let's see, is it in there? There's a little spot inside there that, if lined up properly, it looks like he has a pupil. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if that's it right there, but yeah, it always amused me that he has like one pupil out of two glowing eyes. But then again, he's Darkseid. Nobody laughs at Darkseid, but we can laugh at his adopted son Calabac, who does whatever that is. I don't know what he's supposed to be doing here. Yes, that's his adopted son, if I remember correctly, because their planet, the planet Apocalypse, had some kind of treaty with the neighboring planet. I'm going mostly by memory here. Yeah, so they like the two leaders traded sons when they were born. So this is actually the son of that planet's leader, and the other one grew up on the other planet. I guess. I think that was Orion. Was that Orion? I don't remember. I just recently rewatched some of the Justice League TV show, and that's what I don't remember details, but that's basically the gist of it. Yeah, he does. What is he doing? Is that supposed? Oh, it's like a backhand. All right, fair enough. Okay, here's Flash. Flash actually does. You squeeze his arms, his legs or leg moves. I think they're supposed to both move, but figure's pretty old, so it doesn't really work as well. And then there's this guy, which I believe is like one of Darkseid's minions, like his like cannon fodder army. Parademon, I think he's called. Is funny because in the Justice League TV show, I believe they're just like monsters that look like cyborgs, look like robots. This guy just looks like a straight up devil, and he's really cool. In fact, I think I thought for a while, like when I was young, I thought he was part of the Marvel characters because he looked like kind of looks like Mephisto, or a little bit. Well, not like Mephisto, but he looks like something Mephisto would turn into. But he's cool. He's got little flappy arms. But nope, he's just a grunt from the Darkseid army, the Apocalypse army. He's like, no, we're not paid enough for this. And here's, we got two more to look at real quick. Here's Lex Luthor in his, again, same thing, boring. He's got his kryptonite armor on. Well, no, not his, the armor's not kryptonite, but it's designed to fight Superman, so maybe it runs on kryptonite. I don't know. I'm not as big into DC as I am to Marvel. I'm kind of winging it right now. I remember in the show he built the suit to help him recover from the kryptonite poisoning, or something like that. But yeah, it looked silly then, and it looks silly now. Anyway, now here's an interesting one that I have. I have Clark Kent. Yes, you can buy a Clark Kent figure, or you could have, and again, he does the same thing. What's interesting about this is he was a mail away. You had to actually order this from the back of one of the figures. I have no idea why my parents bought me this. Maybe they wanted me to be a journalist or something. I don't know. I guess I kind of am a journalist. Yeah, you can be Clark Kent. Apparently this figure is fairly rare, though, so I guess that's something. Good old Clark Kent. And now we'll come to the more recent ones. There are some that didn't really do a whole lot. Now, with these, with the newer ones, they did try to give them some more interesting accessory or abilities. Some of them still didn't do much. Like here's the Riddler. He really doesn't do anything. He's just the Riddler. And of course, there's Mr. Freeze. So now, of course, Mr. Freeze is supposed to have a dome over his head to protect him from the warm temperatures. So unfortunately, I guess this Mr. Freeze is dead because I lost the dome long ago. He also has little, I don't know what's going on there. The little like ray guns on his hips. Seems odd. Yeah, but anyway, here's some more figures. Again, these are from the later lines, and they tried to give them some interesting features. Here's Two-Face, and what's cool about Two-Face is he has his coin there, and you can wind him up, and he flips the coin. See if he's going to be a good guy or a bad guy. Yeah, not bad. I like that his coin is basically a giant dime, and it's just crossed out on the other side. It was always like just a regular coin that he flipped, but this implies that these characters are supposed to be this size, and he just stole a dime from someone's pocket, and he's just walking around with it. All right, let's find out if Two-Face is going to be good or evil. Nope, don't work. No, not yet. All right, good or evil? Good or evil? Good. He's a good guy today. All right, awesome. So now we have Green Lantern. I like that he came with a little battery for his lantern, or his ring. He also came with a Green Lantern ring. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. The weird thing about this figure is that his feature was just like the Joker figure. You can put a hose with a little squeeze thing in his arm, and his ring will shoot water. That is not how that works at all. I mean, I guess it could if he, it's based on willpower, so I guess if he wanted to shoot water, he could, but, like, honestly, why would you? You can literally create anything. Oh, anyway, let's look at one that actually has a feature. Here's another Flash. This is the later version of the Flash. He's got a wind-up thing just like Two-Face, and if it works, there it goes. kind of the opposite of the other one, because the other one the legs move. With this one, his arms move, which I guess implies that he's punching really fast. Also, his legs are very close together. I don't think he ever stood up well, but well, nice attempt. Here's Aquaman, everyone's favorite joke, even though Aquaman is actually kind of cool. Got his trident, and he has a seahorse friend that he can call upon for help. Yes, go, seahorse friend, go defeat Black Manta for me. I have a country to run. And then his friend gets killed. His feature was he had a little switch on the back, and he can kick his legs like he's swimming. So, I guess he fared better than most of the other characters. Now, here's my favorite one. So, we got Superman here, right? He doesn't really do anything, but he came with a kryptonite ring. So, and what the deal was, there was a magnet in this ring, and I believe there's a piece of metal in his chest, or maybe it's the other way around, but either way, you're supposed to hold it to his chest, and then he'd fall over. So you can kill Superman. It doesn't really feel like it's working. Maybe I'll test it out later and find out, but it just doesn't feel like there's like a give to it right now. Maybe it ran out. Although, aren't magnets supposed to last for like 100 years or something like that? Oh. What's also disappointing is that even when I was a kid, this never fit my fingers, not even on my pinky. Yeah, sadly. And I'm afraid to go any further with it, otherwise I'll probably break it. It was the same problem with the Green Lantern ring too, sadly. Yeah, I always had giant fat fingers, and yeah, this is the best I can do. Alright, so those are my DC figures from the 80s and 90s. Look-wise, they're okay. Feature-wise, they're not as versatile as the Marvel Toy Biz figures that we looked at last time. But they're alright figures if you just want, a nice Green Arrow to put on your shelf. They got you covered. So these are the loose figures I have. Of course, I have some still in the package. Not any of these older ones, though. I have mostly Batman ones. So, I'm going to go ahead and get those, and I'll be back after the jump cut. And we're back! Yes, you're getting another 2-bin video. You're welcome. Yes, so I have a couple of figures in the package. Nothing really amazing, but, well, we'll find out for sure. These are all Batman figures, because of course they are. They're just a bunch of random characters that I picked up over the years, and they were mostly from, I think, Batman the Animated Series. Unfortunately, I don't have any like the older DC Superpowers line. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at it. I actually went through this bin already because I had other stuff stored in here that I had to take out, and I also wanted to pull off some price tags I had on there because they didn't represent the prices that I actually spent on these, because I did not spend a lot of money on these. Again, just like the Marvel figures, they're fairly easy to come by in the package. So unfortunately, it's not going to be as surprising to me as it was with the Marvel figures, but still should be pretty fun. So here we go. Open it up, and we got another Catwoman. Yes, Batman Returns. Of course, it's the same one that was in the package. Oh, I guess she had a grappling hook too, and yeah, there's her whip. Sadly, I don't have that anymore. Let's take a look at the back. What do we got here? There's Arctic Batman. I guess that wasn't part of Batman and Robin. Air Attack Batman. That was the camouflage looking one. Then there's Deep Dive Batman. Again, they went crazy with Batman in the 90s, and you can get Robin, played by Chris O'Donnell, who was not even in this movie. Maybe that's a tie-in to the animated series. Maybe that kind of looks like Robin from the animated series, actually. But then again, nothing in this is very accurate. And then see, there's the Penguin, supposed to be Danny DeVito, but it's not. I like that they actually sold the penguins he used in the movie to bomb people with. I think I had those. I don't know what happened to them. And of course, all these vehicles. Let's take a look here and see if we can find anything funny to read. Laser Batman. Batman has a silver waffled suit and a radar. A waffled suit. Why does he have a waffled suit? Not a fan of pancakes, I'm guessing. See, the Penguin Commandos. Yes, there's the Penguin Commandos. Come on, autofocus. Let's see what else they got. Robin and his jet foil, the Skydrop airship. I think that's the thing he was going through the sewers with. And you can get Wayne Manor, or the Batcave, I guess. You probably turn it around or open it up and it turns into a Batcave. And a little Batman costume. Isn't that nice? So, yeah, Selena Kyle from Batman, excuse me, these are very dusty, as you can see. From Batman Returns, okay figure, kind of wish I had the accessories, but what are you going to do? Then, here's another Catwoman. This is from Legends of Batman. I don't really know much about this series, but looks more accurate to the comic book, I guess. She comes with more accessories too. She got a net and a grappling hook, I guess, and a whip. Of course, you got to have Catwoman with her whip. Let's see what they got on the back here. Cyborg Batman. What? What? Crusader Batman with his Crusader gun. Or whatever the hell that is. I don't even... What in the holy... Who comes up with this? I like the Joker with his giant teeth. Nightwing. Nice. Here's... Power Guardian Batman with his rapier and shield. And we have Dark Rider Batman. I maybe that's a reference to, like, the Frank Miller comic. I don't know. And Future Batman. Yes, this is when he goes to the future and it's ruled by Superman, and then he wakes up and it's just a dream. Yeah. Anyway, figure's pretty good. Kind of like her. So, let's see. We have Killer Croc from Batman the Animated Series. And, oh, look at that face. I I'm in a lot of pain. Ah, Croc hurt. And he comes with a little crocodile, I guess. Did Croc have a pet crocodile? I don't remember that. I think he just kind of worked on his own until he teamed up that one time with Baby Doll, which was unfortunate. Anyway, oh, check it out. You can reenact Batman getting his back broken, this time by the Croc instead of Bane. Let's see what's on the back here. Power Vision Batman, Ground Assault Batman, Anti-Freeze Batman. Bruce Wayne. You can have a Bruce Wayne to go with your vintage Clark Kent figure. I actually remember, I don't remember if it was the first Batman movie or Batman Returns, but there was actually a Bruce Wayne figure that looked exactly like Michael Keaton. I had it and I lost it. I'm very sad about that. But yeah, he came with like all the Batman accessories and you can dress him up to look like Batman. It was really, really funny in retrospect. Mech Wing Batman, Lightning Strike Batman, Night Star Batman, Infrared Batman, Total Armor Batman. Total Armor, dude. What is Dick Grayson, Radar Robin, Robin with Radar, and then Poison Ivy with a little Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors. Where's that crossover? Jeez. Mr. Freeze, Jetpack Joker. Oh, Clayface. I actually remember that figure. I never had it, but I wanted it. And look, the Phantasm. We'll get to that in a moment. Killer Croc. Kind of funny, I guess. Yeah, he's excuse me. He looks about on par with the animated series, or at least his first appearance in the animated series. Kind of small though. I remember Croc always being like a really big guy, and this figure kind of looks a little stocky. He was also very short in the Suicide Squad movie, and I was very disappointed about that. All right, well, anyway, that's Killer Croc. Here's Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze with his icicle shooter, I guess. What does it say on the back? To fill launcher, place nozzle in water and squeeze. Oh, interesting. So it's not just a water gun. You actually shoot the icicle out with water. Huh. Interesting. Neat combination there. Most of the same guys on the back. You get Scarecrow right there. Infrared Batman, Covert Bruce Wayne, Mechwing Yeah, these look all the same guys. What's interesting about this is I have two of them, but they're in different packages. And they're both from the same year, 1993. And I don't know why. I don't know. This might be like an international package, because look, it's in different languages. You get that in frame, actually. Yeah, maybe this is some kind of international package. It's interesting, because I actually have other ones in this same package. Let's see if there's anything interesting on the back. There's nothing interesting on the back, but there you go. There's Mr. Freeze. Two different versions. Take your pick. It's the same figure. But yeah, see, I got Bane here in the same package, but it's not in the other languages. That is so weird. But anyway, this is Batman the Animated Series Bane. Let's see, what does he do? Pull arms back until they lock into place. Place Beam or Batman figure onto his hands and toss him. So instead of breaking Batman's back, you can just toss him so he can get back up and kick Bane's ass, I guess. Yeah, not that impressive. I like the figure, though. Looks pretty good. And finally we have, well, not finally, but we have Batman and Robin. The Adventures of Batman and Robin, sorry, with when they changed up the show a little bit. And it's Ra's al Ghul. It's Raj al Ghul, not Raish. Raj. Who comes with his sword and his harpoon gun. I don't think Ra's al Ghul ever used a harpoon gun. He was more of a hand-to-hand combat kind of guy, I think. A couple of different things on the back here. Paraglide Batman. Batman with a with a hang glider. Rocket Pack Batman, Radar Scope Batman. It's just like they just throw a bunch of stuff onto a Batman figure and say, "Oh, this is a Batman. This is Bola Trap Batman. This is Tornado Batman. Look, he has a spinny tornado disc. It's an accessory. It's canon, I swear." Yeah, so a little odd, this figure. I guess he's supposed to be in armor. Maybe he looked like that in the show. I don't remember, but I don't know. I always remember Ra's al Ghul being like a little more dignified than this. Like he'd wear like, you know, a robe or something, some kind of like martial arts outfit. I don't know. Again, they're just selling toys. So there you go. Okay, finally, let me cover this up. We have one of my favorite action figures ever, the Phantasm from Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, arguably the best Batman movie ever. Now, with this, the whole thing behind this movie was that no one knew who the Phantasm was. This was a secret. It was one of the things that drew you in. Although, upon watching it not too long ago, it slowly kind of became obvious who it was in the movie. If you like read between the lines, you can kind of figure it out. But yeah, Phantasm was a really cool figure. Here's the thing. There's a reason why I have my hand over half the package. Because that's just the mask. They actually packaged this spoiling the movie. And what's funny is they don't do that on the back. Look, it just shows you what the figure does. It has like slicing with his claw action or whatever. But yeah, they actually spoiled this in the toy stores. Alright, so, spoiler warning. If you've not seen the movie, you may want to look away right now. Here, we're going to reveal who the Phantasm was. Oh no, it was them. It was that character that you could kind of figure out who it was if you watched the movie. I have no idea why they did this. Whose brilliant idea was it? This is one of the biggest blunders in the history of action figures, I think. But yeah, it's ridiculous that they packaged it like that. Anyway, I'm gonna cover it up. Okay, if you've looked away, you can look back. Yeah, this was stupid. What's funny is I think I'm trying to remember. There was a line of like Inspector Gadget figures about the same time this came out, I think, and they had a Dr. Claw figure, and they had it was an actual action figure of Dr. Claw. They were basically going to reveal what he looked like, and I remember when they packaged it, they put like a big, you know, piece of paper over the, like inside the bubble, like over the figure, so you couldn't see what his face looked like unless you bought it. But then they just go and like reveal this to everybody before they even see the movie. It's ridiculous. I don't know whose decision this was, but yeah, man. I don't know what you were thinking. Well, anyway, those are my DC figures. Mostly Batman, of course, because I can't escape Batman. These Batman's just everywhere. Batman is basically DC's Spider-Man in the sense that they just put him everywhere and just market the hell out of him. But yeah, there you go. Those are my DC figures. I don't think this video is going to be as long as the other one, the Marvel one. But yeah, thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, check out my video of my Marvel figures. If you again, if you sit through it, you're a true fan. The rest of you, try harder. Alright, let's test out and see if that kryptonite ring still works. So let's go ahead and turn them sideways here. Just to show you that I'm not going to actually be physically pushing it. Here's the ring. Oh no, here comes Lex Luthor. Look, it's working. Oh, he's losing his powers. Oh no, Superman is dead. Oh no, wait, he just was in a healing coma. Now he's okay. Yay. And then he's gonna grow a mullet.